I know is the fact that we have so many motherfuckers in the same room. This is gonna get stupid real fucking quick.
I knew a girl.
Real quick.
Her name was BBW Lover.
Oh, we're started already. We're already recording. I like to record candidly. That's how I operate.
Damn, you're a fucking asshole.
Hey, sinners and saints, bitches and hoes,
Demons
men
back,
and
bitches.
other creatures. Welcome to the Barracks Brigade podcast, your easy listening station. Now,
Fuck that.
yeah, right.
Yum yum.
We are broadcasting live in your general area from a barracks room, and we're all drunk as shit. So that's going to be fun.
Well,
this
you're sure drunk.
podcast episode is going to be a lot of fucking fun. I have an untold number of fucking people around me. So I'm not even going to attempt to introduce everybody, but I'm just going to go around the room in clockwise order. So as you know, I'm right.
Okay,
Let's go to the left, right here. He's a first time on the show, but a great fucking friend. Introduce yourself.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm
Closer to the mic.
Fuck myself and fuck you.
Yes,
I'm
ladies.
good.
Hey, what's your name?
He's
What's your
Poppy
name?
Chulo.
My name is Poppy Chulo.
That's right.
For discretion wise.
Broke-hand motherfucker.
Yes.
We'll tell that story some other time. All right, next to him is...
I go by Dizzy McFizzy. Yeah, that's what's up right there.
That's so white.
the guy whose room we had to clean in Korea because he wouldn't clean it himself.
Hey.
I ain't gonna put it down like that.
If I can put out something about his room.
Yes, take it.
So one time we were doing a barracks
God.
inspection. We were doing a barracks inspection of his room one time. We walked in. We saw 3 rubber orifices on his sink.
Oh, you saw that too? Okay. I'm glad you know it was
And I do gotta say,
it was 2.
And like a jar of lube?
they look
Yes.
extra gonorific.
Jar is not a word. That man had a gallon of lube.
So continuing around the room.
Tall.
Continuing on the room. Next.
It's your boy Dean from podcast number 2 and 3. What's up?
Sounds about right. I don't know the numbers, but we'll just roll with that. Next to him is my amazing fucking roommate. Introduce yourself, brother.
Yeah, to say the least, the best fucking roommate he's ever had in his entire life. And my name is Scott. Scott, that's it.
I won't deny that because every other roommate I've had has been a total disgusting pig. So you have there was a low bar set, but you have gone way above that bar. Trust me. Every other roommate I've had has been terrible. So
Honestly, if I'm any indication, Army roommates are pretty low quality.
Honestly,
He's like, if I'm any indication.
and they have better pussies. So.
Your pussy's trash.
Nah, that's pussy. That's bussy. That's boy pussy right
Hey,
there.
they were eco-friendly. So.
next on the
Pussy.
roster,
It was
we're
recyclable
rolling.
pussy.
Like I said, we're rolling deep tonight. There's a lot of people in here, so go on, introduce
There's a
yourself.
lot of more
Hey,
black people.
how's
than
it going,
normal.
everybody? I go by the resident doc, so if you got any medical questions, I'm happy to ask, just as long as I don't have to look at your dick for too long.
Oh, please, God.
What do you
If any
describe
of
as too
Wait, hold
long?
on. Does gonorrhea last more than
what
3
I described
weeks?
as too long is probably 5 inches or longer.
If
so.
anybody out there,
Wow.
all 3 of our listeners, if any of you have medical questions, please comment because I would love to see what this guy has to say about that.
I'm basically like
He's
Grey's
probably gonna tell you
Anatomy
just
without sex.
He's gonna tell you to pour vodka on it,
man.
and that's the Barracks Brigade way. Just pour vodka on it. You
I would
do.
not trust his medical
NCD
advice.
right in this fucking dick. So
NCD down the dick.
Hey,
right in the urethra.
urethras are meant to be widened, so.
No.
That's aggressive.
More
man.
calm,
I
less
don't know about
fun,
that.
you know
Keep
what I
your
mean?
sex life to yourself. I want to know.
Somebody's watched too much Kids in the Sandbox. All right, next in line.
It's your boy Deech Bag.
That's right, Deechbag is back on the show. All right,
fuck
who we
you.
got up next on deck? I see him holding the mic over there, holding it tight like it's gonna fucking fly away from him.
Fucking bitch boy.
It's your boy Shitbag, at least that's what my platoon sergeant calls me.
Wait. Back up.
Hey, you gotta hold that mic. Like
You
you're
can't
doing
call
hard
yourself a
dick, not
shitbag until you've gone fucking shitbag training course number 1.
Hey,
3 to 6 inches
That's
from the
what
face.
my sergeant called me, so we're going with that.
I'm the motherfucking grandmaster fucking shitbag around these parts.
You
I mean,
his
Snapchat name is like Grandmaster Shitbag.
I mean, you call
You have to go through the fucking course to call yourself a shitbag around these parts, motherfucker.
On track.
Yeah, we're going to continue around the table, and then we'll get to the other stuff. So next to him is
Yo,
a
man,
good
it's your
old favorite.
It's your boy T-Dog right here. They call me this side on the Mississippi right now.
T-Dog's chilling, man.
T-Dog.
T-Dog ain't been... Hey, T-Dog, you ain't been back in a while, man. It's good to have you back, brother. How you been? How's T-Dog been?
Good. I mean, hey, I'm just chilling right now, man. What's up with y'all, man? Good.
It's been a minute, man. We haven't had you on the show in a minute, so it's good to have you back.
Let's go.
Right, and then coming full circle, right next to me, introduce yourself.
What's up? It's your boy BBW Lover _69. All the fat hoes, big booty hoes, obese hoes.
If you feel like plugging,
if I can stick my
you want to plug your Instagram, you
love
can
it.
if you want.
If I can't fuck out my face, bitch.
Hey, you gonna get
Add me
all
on
3
Xbox.
inches.
My gamer tag is put my dick in there.
Not
Hard,
like
throbbing,
really put my dick in there.
coming at you.
It's POOTMAHDIKHINNER.
my dick
I'm gonna add
I was
that.
drunk when I made that shit.
I mean,
See, if I was gay and had an
You can
Xbox,
argue
I would
that.
have that, but
Alright, let's keep going.
You should see how my mom reacted when she saw
So
it.
as you can tell, ladies and gentlemen, this is a packed house, and this is probably the biggest fucking crowd we've had in our very short history. I mean, you guys do what you want. I might leave the room if that happens.
Yeah.
You guys have fun.
wow.
I won't judge. It's all good.
Don't threaten me with a good
Hey, it's a new army, guys. It's all good. I don't care. I'll just leave the
new
room and
army,
go
no ass, no
go
tell.
vape outside.
Hey, so
We have a packed house, and it's currently October 4th?
It's the 4th.
It's October 4th. We just hit October.
Hey, wait, it's actually October 5th now.
Excuse me, all to hell.
It's Spooktober.
Oh wait, we have to be quiet because apparently there's some NCOs walking around who are a little too excessive about their jobs.
You think I give a fuck about what NCOs are gonna say to me?
What happens is, if we're too loud, they like to come and knock and pretend like they're in charge of stuff.
So like how
And
my
then
uncle
I'll
did
tell
when I was
them to
5.
personally fuck off.
Hey,
You know,
Why
my
don't you-
uncle used
do
to
you
knock
legit-
on the
I'll
door.
They
take
have
that
no
smoker.
control over
Do you
me.
want?
Look, legit, I'll take that smoking and tell them to go fuck off.
Okay, sure you will.
Well, we can't hear
Hey,
you because
that's a
you're not
promise
talking
right
into the
there.
mic.
Hey, that's a
So,
promise.
I highly doubt that.
Trust and believe. No, someone, the NCO knocks on the door. You guys have my promise. all right?
I
Yo,
actually got
alright,
some,
alright. You
big
can hold me
news.
to that.
yeah.
First story
Okay.
tonight.
Hey, homeboy's got some big news.
So today, Democratic presidential candidate Bernie Sanders had a heart attack while undergoing open heart surgery. So while he was having the surgery to fix his heart attack, he had a heart attack during it.
I can suck a big fat cock,
So-
so that's cool.
So
Hey, hey, chill. There's a TV right there, bro.
He's
Chill.
literally just communism light.
yeah,
fucking-
so basically he used the current bro, I'm trying to fucking speak. Okay, so basically he used
fucking speak.
So he used the current medical insurance plan that he's fighting against to pay for the heart surgery that he just had, that he had a heart attack during, and now he's canceled like all his campaign.
You know, it's
stuff.
a
So
funny-
basically just give it to Joe Biden.
It's an interesting thing, isn't it, that the socialists who want this quote-unquote better system, they tend to come from well-to-do families. They've
Or
had everything
Vermont.
provided for them, and they've never had to work a day in their life.
Exactly.
And then next thing you know, they just want the socialism because, hey, we fight for the middle class, even though they've never been a part of the
But
working middle
I
class.
think the difference with Bernie Sanders is he's like that crazy old dude who like you see on the corner of the street who's like airing his stuff out on like car radiators and shit. And you're like, bro, what are you doing? And he's all like, hey, catch me on Hollywood Boulevard later.
I'm going to give you.
It's gonna be big.
We need free healthcare, and we need to make sure we have free, like.
We need to make sure that we have free healthcare for everybody.
You know what really chaps my ass is the fact that if they give free education to everybody, I've paid back $20,000 in student loans. If they make that free for everybody, I'm gonna get really fucking pissed. Can I get my money back?
Because like right now, my tax bracket, I fall in the 75% tax bracket. If under his new stuff and all the things that are calculated, if under his new tax bracket, I would fall under the 110% tax bracket.
This is some white people shit.
Okay, you know what? Free my boy, Bobby bitch, okay? Okay, free Bobby.
Not gonna lie, somebody probably gave Bernie Sanders a shot of adrenaline straight to the heart while he was on the table.
Maybe he got touched by the big green weenie like we all have.
We've all been fucked. It has happened. Speaking of the big green weenie, look what we have on Halloween. A fun run. Which, funny enough, we just had one. If you listen to our last, to our last podcast, we talked about the fact that we had a fun run. And guess what we have on Halloween? Another fun run, except you get dressed up in costumes. My first immediate fact was like, hey, I'm gonna dress up as a big inflatable penis. But then immediately he's just like, nothing
invasive.
Yeah, I'm just like, well, fuck. Now I got to be creative about this.
Literally, what's the point of a fun run if you can't dress up as something inappropriate?
For real.
Yeah, the phallic object. Come on now.
Come on, that's what fun runs are for. Fun. They're for fun.
They told you couldn't.
And they're trying to destroy all the fun.
You know, Halloween is about dressing up as stuff that doesn't exist. So maybe I should dress up as morale.
Dress up as the hood.
Just wear a white
and then
t-shirt
it's
that
like
says
the arrow is on.
You might as well not show up.
I mean, we did all agree on like dressing up as like the inflatable fucking dinosaur shit and running as like a flock of dinosaurs.
That's not bad.
I do like
that.
that.
The fucking,
I do like
How much
that.
of those cost?
You know, the last time I had to do a long run, I had to take a shit. Okay, so I was running.
That 4-mile fun run.
Yeah, no. So it was from one undisclosed location to another undisclosed location, and there were burns of sand, and I thought, wow, I shouldn't have drank that milk before I started this run. And so I went to the burn.
Oh my
I was
god!
Like,
you drank milk before a run?
Yeah, it was the only PT test I ever failed.
Come on.
And so I took a shit in the burn. I wiped my ass with an undisclosed item. Let's say PT shorts, for example.
Fucking not.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, I did. And then I went, kept running, and I lost by like 3 seconds on my run. And then the next day,
I never heard about this
because I keep it very undisclosed.
Got him.
So the next day I had to do another PT test. The next day I had to do another PT test, and they were like, "How the fuck did you get 15 minutes when yesterday you got 21 minutes?"
oh my god.
And I was like, "Hey, shit happens." So.
Hey, shit happens, literally.
Hey,
Homeboy,
the last time I told
Brocan's got some shit to say.
NCO that shit happens, I got smoked for fucking 2 hours.
Yeah, the last time I see a cunt as big as your mouth, I got chlamydia. So.
Can I just say?
Hold on, just for records.
This guy.
Just
has,
for records, I've never had an STD.
Hey, you might
Can I just say that you're still on profile from an injury that I witnessed in person, and I'm not gonna say the nature of the injury.
You said you're a bitch.
But
let's just say Pamela Henderson hasn't made a visit in a while.
I tore a fucking ligament in my hand.
Yeah, and it was a very funny injury. However, I will not say the nature of it, but I was there and I have video of it.
Hey, this is
You do?
yes.
Let me see
No,
that.
legit.
I'll show you.
That is
You gotta
honestly
show
perfect
me that
karma
shit.
for what this guy did to me. Okay, I was minding my own business.
Karma
I was
was that
taking a
Indian
piss in the
bitch, right?
urinal.
Hashtag minding my own business.
This
No
guy
shit, there I
pushes
was.
me and makes my dick touch the inside of the urinal. I throw a blind punch at him and hit a brick wall and break my hand from it. But I think this is that's perfect karma for him. But yeah, I broke my hand because this guy pushed me into a urinal, and then he breaks his hand later.
At least you didn't dip
That
your balls
counts
in
as
the piss.
domestic terrorism at
Yes,
that point.
very much.
So you're basically a terror to society.
If you don't know the name for our national anthem, I'm likely to think you're a fucking terrorist. Are
What
you
is
a
that?
fucking
The
terrorist?
national anthem? You mean Fortunate Son?
Yes, 100%. Hey, so how about the Iranian Boogaloo? What does everybody think about invading Iran? Should we go?
Y'all eat that shit?
Let's fucking do it!
If I'm giving an honest answer, and we'll put this up to funny speculation, but if I'm giving an honest answer, the libertarian in me is like, please don't fucking do it. It's dumb. The fucking monster in me is just like, no, hold the fuck on, motherfucker. God damn it.
We don't talk about liberals.
I'm getting there. No, not liberals. Libertarian.
It's not the same.
There's a difference. I am a libertarian, not a liberal.
Just because you're right doesn't mean you know everything.
The libertarian in me says, don't fucking do it. There's no reason to. But then the fucking soldier in me is like, hey, we have our younger generation hasn't had a war. Let's fucking get in a war. Let's fucking kill some shit. So I'm torn.
So if I may, how long have we been in fucking Afghanistan and Iraq, which are less developed countries than Iran?
Since 9/11.
Yeah. So let's say 20 fucking years. Okay. We're fighting caveman right now. If we try to go in Iran, which is a more developed country. We would probably get our shit stomped because they will use the same tactics.
Well, no. Here's if I may.
Yeah,
so
they have
actually have
military grade. They have our fucking weapons from fucking Afghanistan.
No, exactly. Here's something like
from
somebody who's like kind of studied this shit a little bit, like domestic terrorism, foreign policy and shit.
Professor.
Here's the problem with invading Iran. Invading Iran is like invading Iraq, except their military is better trained. They have a lot more. They're much hardier fighters, and it's like the terrain of Afghanistan.
And I mean, they're like right in the middle of the Middle East. They're like the epicenter of the Middle East.
It would be Iraq, but fucking 10 times harder.
Can we get a timeout?
And we would lose a lot more men.
Can we get a timeout for a second?
Yeah, what's up?
So before we went into Iraq, Afghanistan was fighting Russia.
No, that was back in the 80s, man.
Late 70s, early 80s.
Whoa. Hold on. Be quiet. Everybody's quiet.
That sounds like the fire alarm.
It's the A3 fire alarm.
Yeah, it's A3s. Theirs goes off all the time.
So the U.S. funded the
Mujahideen?
The Mujahideen, which later turned out to be Al Qaeda.
No, that's ours. That's ours, bro.
It's not this, but it's not this.
Last it would be in our room. Shut up.
Yeah, so the fire alarm goes off in individual rooms because people actually have in their rooms. But
so the U.S. government initially funded what would turn out later to be Al Qaeda. Al Qaeda is now funded by people like Barack Obama. His piece of shit ass.
I think that's too generalized. You got to be more specific.
Okay, I'm getting there.
It's not just Barack Obama. Like, look.
You're right. We're talking
so what I always tell people, like, I have a lot of friends that are super liberal, and like I'm friends with a lot of people, but I always tell them like, hey, okay, you're anti-war. That's great. I get it. But if you're anti-war, then why do you support these particular presidents? Because they expanded the wars. They fought more wars. Okay? If you're this, then why do you support this president? It's like I don't care who's in office. I really don't care what party they're from. I don't give a fuck. But it's like if you have certain principles, then you have to stand for those principles. If you are an anti-war, peace-loving person, all right, whatever. Like maybe I don't agree with it, but like you have to compare those principles to the policies that are being made.
But I mean, you also got to take society into concept as well. I mean, everybody loved Bernie because he said free stuff. They didn't listen to what tax bracket am I going to get put in with that free stuff?
Exactly.
They were free stuff.
And at the same time,
we are very fickle as a society. And so whenever we hear something good, we don't think about the consequences. Because, I mean, to be honest, our society has been built on the privileges that we've received.
Oh, for sure. Strong men build strong societies. Strong societies breed weak men. Weak men build, so on and so forth.
And I think that's just one of the necessary evils of our society. Is that something we can't really get rid of? Is because of how diverse our opinions are. Oh.
Hey. Come on, Dad. I can hear all that loud as fuck in them. So anyways, welcome back to the Barracks Brigade podcast. Brocan decided to throw some beer pong balls around, and fuckface. And now he's eating candy.
Yeah.
How does it taste, bitch? How does that fucking dark chocolate taste?
Okay, but like you were saying earlier.
So, anyways, real quick, I'm gonna send it back to our buddy over here. Continue, sir.
So, as I was saying, because of how diverse our culture is, because of the technological advancements we made. If you think about it in the days of Reagan, if social media was around, if his regime probably wouldn't have been seen as successful as it was, as much as the negatives as it was. So basically, how diverse we are, and based on the opinions, how far on the spectrum we've grown as a society. It's kind of one of those necessary evils to where if my opinion doesn't match up with yours, someone's going to get offended, or I could just grow a pair and say, you know what, agree to disagree.
Well, one of the biggest problems with our younger generation is the idea that if you don't agree on something, you're mortal enemies, and that's a terrible fucking way to be. The idea that you cannot coexist with people who disagree with you, it's a terrible thing. Because you should be able to agree to disagree and coexist. Well, that's different. Commies, all of them should be thrown out of fucking helicopters. Fuck them. But as far as if you are a decent human being who works hard and you just have a differing political opinion from somebody, you should be treated with the same respect as everybody. But nobody feels that way. Everybody feels like, hey, if you disagree with me on one little thing, guess what? I hate you, and we are mortal enemies, and that is the wrong fucking way to be.
When people hear free stuff,
send it, buddy.
People hear free stuff, they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm all for that," but they don't realize that it's coming out of their own paycheck to pay for that free stuff. That's what they don't understand. They're gonna get free healthcare and all that, but it's good. All of it's gonna come out of their paycheck. They don't understand that. I'm young. I'm in the army. I'm 19. I won a war and all that, but I also understand that all that's coming out of my paycheck. I don't want that. I don't want. I want as much money as I can get. I don't want more money coming out of my paycheck that I could be spending on myself instead of going to the DFAC and some shit. That's just terrible.
Super bored with this conversation.
Yeah.
So when you're talking to the mic, make sure. Yeah. Just how you're holding. I hear every little fucking detail of that.
Did it sound wet?
Yes. It almost made me go.
That sounded like a wet pussy.
So, stop.
Can we take a smoke break?
That's what it's supposed to sound like.
No, we will.
That's what it sounded like that pussy.
Let's give it another 20 minutes. Okay, so when you're talking to the mic, talking to it like that, but don't make those noises, please. For fuck's sake. So wait.
Oh, yeah, my bad. Alright, where were we when you want to cut it?
Stop it, you motherfucker.
That's what that tight wet pussy sound like.
When it comes down to it,
sounds like Kraft mac and cheese and farting at the same time.
We get a roof over our head and we get money paid, but at the same time, some of the shit we have to deal with in the barracks, we definitely don't get paid enough. Yeah.
GI parties.
GI parties, room inspections. It's funny because what I always think about, literally every time they do this shit, I always think about the same commanders and people in charge who say, oh, we're going to do a GI party this day, and then we're going to do 3 inspections over the next couple weeks, and then we're going to do this, we're going to tighten down on this. Then they turn around right after that and say, man, I just don't understand why soldiers get married just to get out of the barracks.
Okay, but
what?
Oh, you want to know how you make them leave you alone? Just lay in your bed butt ass naked when they walk in the room. That's exactly what I did. First sergeant,
please tell this story, please.
Oh, so our first sergeant, we had room inspections before Korea, and they said that they're going to be walking in the rooms. We weren't supposed to be in our rooms, but then everybody get released early because I was supposed to be leaving the next Monday, so 3 days later. He did the room inspection, and they checked to see if my closet was locked. And I laid there naked. I'm just going to be laying here naked when these motherfuckers walk in. I actually fell asleep butt-ass fucking naked. So when
so great.
So when First Sergeant and walked in, they just see hairy ass fucking black ass butt cheeks on my fucking bed.
So let me say, does that award show up on your ERB?
for the biggest balls?
I'm pretty sure they saw my balls. I was sitting with my legs wide the fuck open.
I mean, that is global war on terrorism right there. I mean, the size of those balls.
I mean, the disrespect of
and
my
the threat that they showed to the American people.
I don't know. Well, I don't know who was more disrespected, First Sergeant or my sheets. I felt so bad. I was like, when I woke up, there was like a sweat print because my AC was out, and there was like a dick print just right there, and I felt bad because I had just cleaned my sheets the day before.
You were probably sweatier than a juicy whenever a bachelor party's going on. I mean,
juicy.
I was, it was like a sauna.
Yeah.
It was just like a puddle, and it was like soaking wet to the touch. Like it's like as if someone had poured fucking water on it, and
bro. Hey, now don't get me
started. They saw the stain. Like even after I put clothes on, they saw it on my fucking bed.
I feel like that every day after I sleep in my barracks. I feel like that every fucking day.
There's that. Then there's one time I had a female in my room.
Can I just say, Scott just walked in the room with a body pillow.
Yo,
and
get
it's
that.
like the comfiest. It's the comfiest looking thing that I've ever seen.
I don't know if I'm the only one, but does anybody else get bothered by the size of their pillow whenever they're sleeping?
Yes.
Like
I have
to have my pillow in a certain position.
He walks in with this like silver body pillow, and it's like that is the comfiest looking fucking thing I've ever seen.
Body pillows were made for people that frequently masturbate.
A hole in it makes it look like it has a mouth.
I frequently masturbate now.
Why would you say something so fucking?
And Deech is over there just cuddling with it. It's like yes,
so controversial yet so brave.
So I have a
don't disadue a body pillow. Like just don't do it. It's fantastic. I don't know what you're talking about.
Watch out for dry pillows. And then they're just
cutting back to the. Cutting back to the why NCOs and everybody are so anal about GI parties and shit.
I like anal.
I remember we were in somebody's room. I don't remember whose room it was, but we were about to go to Seoul. We were about to go to Seoul and party. Like it was a big group of us.
It's a party.
And we're all talking about we ended up talking about sex and hooking up and whatever. And we're talking about girls that like to blow dudes and then put the finger up the butt, right? And and one of the guys, one of the males in the group made a comment that said man, I just couldn't take anything up the butt. It's not weird. I just couldn't do it. And Scott here just goes, you should try it sometime. It's actually not that bad. And then we all just fucking died.
But don't try it.
Are we back on the barrack stories?
Back on.
Are we on barrack stories?
I
was just gonna say something.
I had a real funny story, but I didn't want to.
Send it. Keep sending it.
So as I was saying, we were having a barracks party in a certain room. Command Sergeant Major of the hospital comes in to the barracks, and he notices vapors coming out from under one of the barracks doors. And so he knocks on the door. My buddy, who shall remain unnamed,
looked like some fucking backdraft shit. Just fucking.
So you ever seen those movies whenever they find a trap door and they press it's behind a bookcase or whatever?
And it's like a smoke machine.
Yeah, and yeah. So basically like that. So Sergeant Major knocks on the door. Dude opens up the door. He's not looking at him, so he's basically like, "What the fuck do you want?" And he looks and he sees a Sergeant Major. He's like, "Oh, I know what the fuck I want. I'm gonna fucking come in this room and see what's going on." So basically, we had a paper towel over the smoke detector, so it wouldn't track the vapes.
Oh yeah.
And so let's just say we did a little bit more than a GI party. We basically got our buttholes fucking raped from that moment on.
That's fun.
And that's when I decided to move out.
Now, the time we got our buttholes raped in Korea was when the water heater broke and flooded the entire hallway.
No, wait, I heard about that.
That happened.
Yeah. It was basically
I got videos on my phone still if you want to see.
I missed that one. Thank God.
I felt like I was in the water
second floor, and it was at 1 o'clock in the morning. We still had to get up and do BT after we finished cleaning all the shit out.
Yeah, we were up until midnight whenever that shit.
I'm not gonna lie. The only reason I came out was because there was water coming in my room, and my shoes were getting wet, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Oh!" And then I opened the door, and more water rushed in.
Yeah, how much disability do I get for that?
Well, you came in the
non-service related.
So
bitch, non-service related.
Actually,
anything
the service related thing is within the time of period in which you.
Oh, you got shot in the chest. Non-service related.
Anything barracks related, like fisters. At least for us, fisters. They check our rooms, make sure they're clean, and we're good. We don't have to do any GI parties or anything like that.
You guys don't have to deal with the normal bullshit that us homegrown guys have to go through. You know what I mean?
You're right. But we also have to deal with our own bullshit.
Okay, but homegrown, I don't mean any disrespect, because you guys have your units that you guys go to and everything. But as homegrown guys, we have to deal with the bullshit that goes with us, and then also along with y'all, and have to wait for y'all to pick up your guys' shit so that we can do our shit.
Oh no, at the same time, we have to deal with your unit's homegrown bullshit, our unit's homegrown bullshit.
Nah, don't even pull that bullshit. No, it goes turns into the mommy daddy game.
They're pulling the two dad game. They're fucking, oh, we need you over here, and then the other units, oh, we need you over here because this layout's more important than this layout.
No.
We only have two stepdads. We have our current undisclosed battalion that we're attached with, and we have our one that we go with on deployments. And it's
your maneuver.
Yeah, we have our maneuver and then our regular battalion that we're attached with.
Okay, but don't act like you guys don't pull the mommy daddy sometimes.
Hey,
we
really do. We dead ass really do.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You guys might, but we don't.
You know, our home unit said we don't have anything to do, so but our maneuver unit said we had something to do, and then you guys just fuck off for the day. Don't act like you've never done
if
that.
If we have something to do with our maneuver unit,
that
of course
depends
we're
on
going to
if
do
it's
that. But if we have
or
something to do with our home unit, yeah, we have to do that. But if they're like cleaning like the whole fucking cough, if they're cleaning that, we're not going to clean that because we're never there because we're with our
because
maneuver
you guys
unit.
are consolidated upstairs because we can't
literally
deal with you sometimes.
Exactly.
It literally only depends on it whether or not.
I mean, at least you guys aren't as
that
bad
tasking
as,
is important to us or not.
shops.
Oh, S shops. Sometimes you get us started with fucking S shops. God damn.
Yeah,
okay, and I'm not speaking of
motherfuckers.
And I'm speaking of the even number S shops, not the odd number S shops.
Okay, motherfucker.
Except for a one that is divisible by 3.
No, being in Seaburn and like fucking with the unit is fucking great. Like there's so much bullshit I can pull where it'd be like,
Bitch, you don't work.
I need to go work with this. I need to go work on this equipment.
You don't work.
You just kind of bullshit like any other NCOs. You just talk about a bunch of shit.
You literally don't.
Yeah, but you lose my hand receipt for my fucking mask, and then you come looking for me, even though I turned it in like 2 minutes ago.
Hey, that one was not my fault. Okay,
you did the same shit to me, so don't even say that bullshit.
Yeah, and then I ask about my mask, and you say, "Oh yeah, you were fucking extra large, bro. Look at the fucking size of me. I'm 5'3". And how the fuck am I gonna fit an extra large? Exactly, but you find a fucking way.
No, look, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. That was
you
legit.
Find a way to.
That was legit. No, okay, that was legit. A butter bar LT that doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
Hey, bro, don't fucking.
What about the time you're
we're talking about LTs now?
Nah, don't fucking blame it on
Speaking of,
to be fair, LTs are basically private.
Speaking of LTs, hey,
fuck LTs.
You have a story about LTs with the call for fire, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
That was pretty
interesting.
My God.
Let's get the
So
story.
just to say this before he goes on his fucking rants about this, my job is to check fire on this shit, and we checked fire like a motherfucker on this shit. Anyways, go on.
Alright, so I was in the turret as the turret commander, and my platoon sergeant came into the Bradley and took my regular sergeant out of the turret and jumped in the turret with me as my gunner.
Just throw something in there, like fisters know their grids. We know what we're doing.
I pulled a Cat 3 grid. It's within divisible of 1 meter of whatever I pull. So based off of that, I pull a grid that's at least 800 meters away from my position, which is less than fucking naval gunfire danger close. So I shouldn't even have felt this fucking round.
Yeah,
impact.
artillery gunfire is like at least like the danger close is like 650 meters.
Yeah.
600.
So you should be
you
should be completely fine.
So wait, danger close coming from 250 to 600.
No, 600 for artillery.
Wait, is it based on what
650
round
for
you use?
naval.
Yeah, like artillery gunfire is 650 or 600, 650.
So what do you guys regularly like blowing? Like 3 hotels?
So-
4 hotels?
So the regular fucking danger close for artillery is 600 meters.
Maybe a church or two.
But so I call a grid that's at least 800 meters away from me, which is way off of fucking artillery gunfire, danger close, and pretty close to naval gunfire. But we're so far inland, we weren't using naval gunfire. The lieutenant that was in charge of the gun batteries forgot to take the gun out of direct lay and he initiated the call for fire without taking the gun out of direct lay, which sent the rounds directly onto our OP. Thus,
so wait, was this projected? Or like it was projected to hit right on top of your guys' heads?
It landed directly on top of our OP.
They were calling for fire for the target. Not for them fucking selves. Like that's
wow.
Like, these were actual rounds.
Their gun was in direct lay, so they didn't take into account that our OP was higher than what their gun was.
Even the platoon sergeant, listen. Even the platoon sergeant checked it twice. He checked it twice.
My platoon sergeant was a person who pulled our grids personally. I was the only person that was talking on the radio calling up the grids.
So
there's no way to physically fuck up a grid when you're reading it off of a computer screen.
So needless to say, someone was fired.
Most of the time,
someone was fired and sent to jail.
Most of the time, the grids are on the computer for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, we have lasers.
Like I don't deal with grids. I just deal with dicks.
All I know is
we have lasers.
All I know is like for any MOS that's in artillery, it's really hard to fuck a grid up.
Yeah, we have machines.
You have to be an idiot because if there's any possibility that you have to call this shit in on your own and manually fucking designate the grids, like you're going to double, triple, and quadruple check that shit and make sure, hey, I'm gonna make sure this is the actual enemy position.
Yeah,
as radar, like somebody who tracks these rounds, the fucking millisecond that fucking round is tracked as going into a friendly position, we're fucking screaming on the radio.
Yeah, so initially,
check fire. Stop shooting.
So
don't fucking do that.
So initially, where the round actually landed was where radar initially set up on their OP, and radar had got there before we did, and we had to initiate them to change their OP based off of our OP because our OP was set already before we got there.
I have faith in all of them.
If we had not gotten there before and changed everything, then the radar dudes would have died. And
I mean, it's not the first time that we fear.
And so we were calling up this fire mission. Luckily, it was only a 1 round adjust at the time, but the lieutenant in charge of the gun battery decided that it was not a good idea to take the gun out direct lay, which fired upon directly our position instead of the enemy position in which we entered the grid. And we got good readbacks for the grid.
Oh, what? The fucking LT fucked it up? No fucking way.
Yeah, I have faith in all of our enlisted fisters we get good grids.
We got good readbacks for all the grids. And I was like, hey, Roger, fucking send it. Fucking at my command, fucking fire 1. Fucking we waited 5 seconds, they were to splash out. We were like, hey, fucking, we feel the fucking Brad turn diagonal.
Imagine a fucking intestines hanging 6 inches out of your fucking asshole.
Whoa.
Yeah, because the girl sent me a picture of that shit. It's fucking crazy.
Wait, when did we get on topic?
So,
was this for medical reasons or for sexual reasons?
It was for sexual reasons, I believe, because it was on Snapchat.
Oh, she's looking for
She just made me put my phone down indefinitely.
She wants that prolapse or what?
No one wants to see your butthole, like an 8-foot-long butthole, like just sticking out. Like,
she wanted you to prolapse that shit, bro. That's what she's into.
Yeah, but no, I'm staying off my phone. I literally
Did you just see that?
Wait, I just deleted Snapchat.
So if I may,
I'm not even joking.
So if I can give the perspective,
that's just making me fucking.
Wait. No, hold on. I need to hear. Please go.
So
on.
So I just got I'm talking to 2 females. One, she lives in a building across the street.
She doesn't even go here.
But yeah, she sent me a picture of her butthole sticking out like profusely, like 6 inches.
Like prolapse?
Yeah.
Oh my
But
god.
before I saw that one, I got a nice titty pic, and that's kind of making me sweat because she told me to come over, and I'm just like, I said I wasn't gonna go over today, but she's telling me to come over.
So wait, at the titty pic, you're like, all right, I'm thinking about
that
it.
shit got me sweating. Like I'm
serious. But then all of a sudden,
if you know what I mean.
Yeah, the only thing is she's in Las Cruces.
So okay, let me get this straight.
I drove
so
over there
at first she sent a titty pic, which is like, okay, girl, I see what you're playing.
Yeah.
But then she sends you a prolapse.
No,
pic.
a different girl sends me a prolapse.
A different chick.
Yeah, and that made me delete Snapchat.
That's important to distinguish.
Yeah, go with the titty pic.
I'm going with the titty pic, but I don't know if I want to go over there tonight. But like,
I mean,
she got me sweating because she was sending a lot of hot shit.
I mean, I don't want you. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like for content,
I'm just like she's Samoan.
For content wise, I don't want you to leave. But
she got me sweating though.
Here's the thing. As all right, listen.
Girls are crazy.
Listen, as a bro, I'm gonna tell you 2 things. One, you should definitely go because you should go balls deep. But don't make sure you pull out.
Yeah, but the thing is though, if you go balls deep with a Samoan, that's a lifelong commitment.
Actually, the term for Samoan is coconut deep.
Hey,
God damn.
Gotta leave nuts hanging out. You know what I'm saying? But
I mean, your nuts are always hanging out. But
depends.
Okay,
unless she's into the
depends. You just gotta ride the wave, brother.
We're not gonna talk about that, but your nuts are always out.
Hey, you just gotta ride the wave, brother.
Bro, them island girls, brother, like
no, dude, she's fucking
bad. Let me tell you about island girls.
Hawaiian chicks, Polynesian chicks,
they are dangerous,
brother. Like they will suck your soul out through your pants,
and then
like,
when they suck your soul, they'll open up a old person home in their fucking own property.
Like
they'll have like their basement.
Well, they'll have their American name, but then they'll have I'm come on, I want to lay you is my fucking
this
Hawaiian
girl
name.
You call me Kelly for
no,
short.
this girl sucked my dick until my leg went numb. Like that shit was crazy. like legit from the kneecap down, my left leg was like numb. It was like shaking the entire time. It did like it was still shaking.
Yeah, that
I looked up. Cancer. It was still shaking, but I couldn't feel shit. And she had her hand like on my fucking chin.
Polynesian girls, South Pacific Islander girls, jeez.
Yeah, but they're kind of aggressive though. She put my legs up in the air. I didn't like that.
But they're the right amount. That's the thing about like
I put them bitches back down.
Girls
90
from
degrees.
Girls from like Hawaii, Samoa, Tonga, like all those countries, like they are.
Tonga's not a country.
Well, it's a territory. Tonga is a territory.
It's a language.
It sounds like a bad video game.
No, Tonga is.
It sounds like a very bad like '90s video game that no one played.
No, Tonga is its own fucking like island. It's an American territory.
No.
It sounds like a bad version of Jenga.
Island of Tonga.
Tonga sounds like a rock version. It's like caveman version of Jenga.
Spoken
like Jenga with rocks.
Spoken like somebody who's never dated a Polynesian girl.
What the fuck are you talking about? I was in Hawaii and I knew Tongan.
Just because you were in Hawaii doesn't mean you dated a
Tonga is a real island.
But next time I fucking see you, you're getting a silver bullet.
Oh, shit.
No. I respect you, but you're getting the bullet.
Can I take an IV instead? I will happily take an IV. I'll take 5 IVs. All good. But that being said, Polynesian girls have a magical mysticism about them. Like
they are gods.
There's some fucking Polynesian girls that just like
it's all of them.
I know this.
Even the ugly ones. I don't know what it is.
I know what it is, dude. I get you because like
they're gods.
I was with a girl like literally 8 years. I was with a Hawaiian girl, and that girl had mysticism like magic over her. It was just like
they are literally little slices of heaven that got left on earth.
And I feel bad
that they have to suffer with like bums like me.
And they just had and they will take the worst fucking dudes, and they just like shape them the fuck up. Because I'll be fair, like I was a dickhead when I was with her. I was a fucking asshole.
You're not now?
Oh, I still am. But like the problems that we had are fixed now. I'm still an asshole. Like, I'm a terrible human being. I'm a garbage human being. However, the issues that we had are fixed, and it's like, man, that girl, oof. Them Hawaiians, bro.
Dude, that's
my weakness.
Dude, any Polynesian girl, honestly, like they're like, I don't know what it is, like, because I'm an aggressive person, and them being aggressive just makes me more aggressive, but me being aggressive makes them more aggressive. Like, Like legit,
isn't it crazy? Like
I had to fight for a dominant position in bed, and it pissed me off.
You'll be like, fucking like choking them, and they're just like fighting.
And you
almost get get to the point where you're just like, is this okay?
No, I choked this girl, and then she started trying to choke me back, so I like tightened my fucking grip, and then she tightened her grip. I'm like, well, we gonna see who the fuck passes out first.
And dude, these chicks.
I'm not gonna sit here and fucking have like a fucking hour and a half like workout session. Like fucking, I'm over here fucking bend over.
So like, I'm just gonna lay here, just lay.
No, I don't like being on top. Well, bitch, you're gonna be on the bottom of the fucking ground.
And yeah, you want that chick that's gonna just be like, all right, fuck it, I'm getting on top and I'm riding this motherfucker till he just can't take it.
I can understand if you're tired. That's different. If you tell me that you're tired and you don't feel like it, I understand that. But if you're just like every time we fuck, like I just got to do all the work, like nah. Because I gotta be strong.
And you know, with the Polynesian girls, man, like they will
they will fuck you until you're.
They will fuck you like they're trying to get pregnant because Polynesian families, man, they have family reunions like on a fucking Saturday when there's no holiday. Easter is like they gotta invite all the family from Guam. They gotta invite all the family from fucking Samoa.
It's literally like an every weekend.
Yeah, and you know you got the chicken legs and shit.
Oh, these are my 5,383 cousins like over here because
like I had to invite my cousins who are twice removed, but they got bagged because they brought this like real banging baby shower.
Yeah, and that's another thing like. The main reason
I thought as a white person I was really close with my family. I had no fucking idea until I dated a Polynesian girl and had to meet all 53 of her uncles and all 52 of her aunts, which 51 of them hate me. So
yeah, but see that's the thing.
100% accurate, man.
That's the reason I don't want to date this Samoan girl because like the thing is like even if it's not your fault for the breakup, they're gonna blame you. And I'm 5'8". And I might seem like an average height, but when the average height of your family is 6'4",
Samoan,
you're 5'8" on the podcast. You're more like 5'4" in real life.
All the men in the Samoan family are like
here.
6'6" and fucking stacked like John Cena.
Yeah, the
like,
three people listening, they probably think
I'm built.
They probably think I got like a fucking 10-pack. I'm like this 4-foot fucking black dude with a fucking 10-foot dick or some shit.
You're whatever you want.
And I am 5'3" and I'm built like a little Dutch girl.
I'm whatever I want over the internet.
Real talk though, I don't see how those motherfuckers get so big. Like I
don't know born now.
I don't know what they're eating, but like
they're born now.
Like,
it's what they're like. It's the genetic. It's part genetics and part their diet.
So they got big bodies and little dicks.
So medically, it's because they eat a lot of rice because the Asian sphere of influence is a very rice-based diet.
Bullshit! I eat a lot of rice.
Lots of complex carbs.
So those carbs, they're so because it's compared to a vegetable, based on how it breaks down in the stomach acids and everything. The rice actually holds all those carbs, and then they release it at once it breaks from the stomach acid, and it hits you all at once. It makes you really fat.
Well, it's similar to like back in the day, like
any starch really.
So like I'm mostly Scandinavian, and the thing with Scandinavian descent is those people were really big for their time, but it's because it's for a different.
Scandinavian is a Trojan condom, though.
Wait, I don't get it. Go on. Wait.
Like you're you're small.
Which means you don't look Scandinavian.
You have a tiny penis.
Well, Scandinavians, the thing about them is they ate like mostly animal meat and like dairy.
They're very scavenger-like.
They didn't farm. They didn't eat vegetables or anything like that. Scavengers. They just ate animal fucking meat.
So if you see like raccoon nuts on the side of the road, you pick them up like, oh, those are good.
Well, but that's the thing is like so like myself, like, and that passes down to my genes. Like if I eat anything with carbs, I fucking gain weight like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
What I'm good with is like the fucking carnivore diet. Keto and paleo, like those are the only diets I can follow.
Okay,
and I can stay in shape.
I'm not too familiar with my diets. Paleo and Jurassic and whatever you said.
Keto, paleo, and
what the fuck is
carnivore.
What the hell is a paleo?
So it's like basically,
it's
basically like so in general. Like if I could sum up all those diets, it's basically. No complex carbs, no breads, no pastas.
Okay, but that's a dangerous game to play.
Because you need.
Well, it's not because like no, you really don't because I actually lost almost 90 pounds.
Yeah, but you got to think though, carbs equals energy.
Well, it can. However,
you don't get energy from protein, really.
You do, because your body goes through a process. So, like, if you don't consume any carbs and you just do protein and fats, your body goes through a process. It's called gluconeogenesis.
Yes.
And it takes old proteins, like proteins that are not needed, and it turns them into glucose that the muscles need to regenerate. So,
yes, but
the carbs, literally carbs are the only macronutrient that your body does not need to survive.
But the thing is if you're changing your diet, so say you go on a keto diet, strictly keto diet, okay?
That's what I did for 8 months. Yeah.
And then, because I know that some people do it wrong. I'm not saying you did it wrong, but
no, some people do.
Yeah,
some people do it really wrong.
Most people do it wrong.
I know that some people, when they do it wrong, they change their diet very drastically, which you're not supposed to do. Which I've seen people end up with fucking hormone disorders and shit because they change too fast. So I think for your regular viewer, just so that they're informed, is that if you're gonna go into a keto or a paleo kind of diet, you need to steady yourself.